What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Andrew, and this week we're doing a video on moving Charlie out of his old cage into a bigger cage behind me because he's grown and I want to give him the biggest space I can possible right now. So I've set it up already, so let's go talk about it. So the older viewers will recognize this. This was Charlie's old cage. It was big for him. It was 6 feet, or it is 6 feet long, 2 feet wide, and it was 2 feet tall. And this was the area that had the water in it. So we're taking him out of here and going across the hallway here. And this will be his new cage. Now I'll open the door in a second and kind of go over the new environment. For the viewers that have realized Bowser's lighting is off, I'm just changing up the lighting in there, putting a new bulb in there because one burnt out. So that's why his light's off. But this is his new cage. This is a massive improvement. It is 6 feet long, about just under 4 feet deep, and it is only, I think it's 16 inches high. Now this water area is huge. It is 3 feet long, 50 inches wide, and about 9 inches deep, give or take. The wood right here is 10 inches, but that's 9.5 for all that you that know about wood. They're not exactly right on. Now we have the old filter that was in his cage. I did clean it out. So that is shooting the water out this way. To the stumps right here, I think that will be his hiding area. We will add some stuff in the middle, but right now it's kind of, I've had him in the tote he's in for a few days, and I would like to get him out of there as fast as possible. And we also have another filter back here, and that's just circulating the water back there so it doesn't become stagnant. A little tree branch thing right there. And the bubbler and the heater right there. Now the bubbler is there to oxygenate the water. When water becomes not oxygenated, it actually smells quite a bit. So that's going to help with the smell. And it'll also help in case we put fish in here in future. It'll help oxygenate the water for them. And here is his logs right here. Like I said, it's kind of like a stump. I did have a ramp that I was building, but I just want to get him in here right now, so I'm putting these in here. He can climb this, so it goes to the land area, and we'll add that ramp later. I custom made it, but it doesn't really sink very well. Now it's covered in concrete, but it still somehow floats. Don't really know why. We have to add more weight, and that's going to be a problem. But that's a story for a different day. So to come over to his land section, we have wood right now. This is covered in acrylic paint. Come in here. His heating lamp, which is a 25 watt Exoterra bulb. Here's the box right here. Now we're using a 25 watt because of the distance away from the basking area. It's not that far. To give you an idea, my hand, not that far away. So we don't want to use a very hot bulb. And some people say not to use a UVB bulb, but it can't hurt. Most people that use or have nocturnal species sometimes say you don't have to use a UVB bulb because they wouldn't be exposed to it in the wild. I think it's just better to have it just in case. It doesn't use that much electricity. You can change it out and eventually and stuff like that, but it's not that expensive. You might as well use it. In the back you see the bricks keeping down the pump just in case he kind of hits it. And just some nice tree branches and what do you call those, leaves And we have LED lighting back here and like over here, but you won't really see that. Eventually I want to put a filter down here, that's why I left it kind of hollow. And we have the supports because water is very heavy. So I think we're just gonna put him right in the cage right now. I'm gonna have to cut the video. I see my battery's running low, so I'll have to do that. And yeah, we'll go over the cage once he's inside. So Charlie is in a tote right over here. For the viewers that watched the last video, Rex is doing fine. Cage still holding up very well. His light is off. I'm not sure why. Could have burnt out already. I'm not really sure. But Charlie is in here. He's been in here for about 2, maybe 3 days now. And he's probably not going to be very happy at all. So he is in his cave. So I'm just going to try spin him around a little bit. Don't really want him biting the camera. Oh. Spin around fast. Oh, nope. Now I don't want to stress him out too much. And there you go. Oh. Again, little defense mechanism. He is still a baby, so he will make that noise every once in a while. You have to put down the camera. So this is Charlie, as we just saw. His mouth is open. If I went near him, he would probably bite me. So I don't really want to do that. Now lights are turning off down here, so I know it's almost time for bedtime. I'll just drop him right there. Now grabbing him doesn't hurt him in any way. He just really doesn't like it. And he is going to sit there for a little while. They do feel more comfortable in the water, but I do want to show him where the heat is and the fact that he can get out of the water whenever he chooses. And you can see how big he is. He has grown quite a bit since we've got him. Now I don't want to poke him a lot. I don't really want to scare him in any way. He definitely will hide in the water for quite some time, but they are active at night. Like I said, they are nocturnal. So they are gonna hide in the water throughout the day and come out at night. Now these dwarf caimans are actually one of the most terrestrial of crocodilians. They do walk around quite far on land at night, but they always stay close to the water's edge. Now in the wild, they do inhabit small pools, so this would be perfect for him. And they wait for prey to come to them. Crocodilians have lived for so long that they've really perfected their hunting technique. So they will prey upon pretty much anything that they can eat, swallow. So you can see he always wants to have me in his eyesight. And you can see him breathing a little heavily. And you can see those teeth in there. Now a bite from him probably wouldn't really hurt that much unless he bit you and then went into a death roll, which that would rip off flesh and stuff like that. But he really doesn't have the jaw pressure at this stage in his life to really do any serious harm to you. Now it would hurt probably, but it wouldn't do any serious damage. Now that being said, I'm not going to go over there and try it. I really don't want to be bit by him. And hopefully eventually we can become friends. Now these guys will reach a length of anywhere from 3 to 5 feet, depending on if they're male or female. And these guys are very bony looking in comparison to most crocodilians. And that's by design. They're supposed to be very durable, very armored-like, so that predators won't eat them. Now in the wild, there's very few animals that would prey upon a caiman, but there are some that would. Now I was kind of hoping he would go into the water by now. I think he's kind of focused on me more than on his cage in general. Definitely in this cage I will go below the water, which is actually really cool. I really like doing it with the turtles. I wasn't really able to do it in his old cage. It was really kind of narrow and kind of like a pinch point or a area that I didn't really want to go into in case something were to happen. It's hard to pull out of that kind of position. In this one I have more than enough room to get it away. Now these guys are definitely not for your average keeper. They are an apex predator where they come from. Most crocodilians, I wouldn't say even most, probably all crocodilians are apex predators where they come from. Not much eats crocodilians, so they're pretty much, anything is on the menu for them. These guys are small, which you're able to keep them if you're an experienced reptile keeper. But this has always been a dream of mine to own a crocodilian species. It's probably not going to move that much. I thought this was going to be a little bit more exciting for you. Maybe I can kind of coax him into the water a little bit. I don't have my stick handy right now. Last time I used this, he kind of ripped it apart. Now, I don't really want to do that. Maybe I will just poke around the area a little bit. Now, I don't want to be injured either, so we'll see what happens. If I flinch, yeah, you know it's... So you see him huffing and puffing like that? It's a defense mechanism. It's very natural for these guys to have that. If I touch him, I know that tail is going to whip around. Now, when you're dealing with crocodilians, the mouth is dangerous, but the tail can be just as dangerous. Now, they can move these things pretty quickly. And imagine an alligator or a crocodile that's 14 feet. That thing can hit you like a truck. They have a lot of power in that tail. Think about how much power they need to move themselves underwater. They're going to whip that around and hit you if you come up behind them. If I... Oh, there he goes. Now he's standing up tall. He wants me to see how big he is, even though he's not very big. But he wants to show me how big he is. And hopefully I can get a little closer for you guys. I have to angle the camera a little bit, sorry. Now he thinks this camera is definitely a big eye, so he doesn't want to be seen by it. I'm just nudging him a little bit. There we go. Now you can actually stand up pretty tall. And like I said, crocodilians do sit on the banks pretty often. So this is actually a nice position for him right now. He is getting the temperature, or his body temperature up from the heat right now. He has been sitting in the not cold water, but room temperature water for quite some time. So he is probably pretty cold. This water is warming up very slowly, but definitely something he can tolerate. And for the people that watched the last video, you can really see how... Oh, there he goes. The water's a little deeper than his old cage, so it's gonna take some time to get used to it. But they can swim in deeper water. That's not gonna be a problem. Have to readjust here. Should have brought my pole for this. Maybe I'll do some underwater videos for you guys. But I think that's it. I think that's the end of the video. Hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys really like the new cage that we'll be filming in here more often. His other cage was really too small to really get in there. And this should last him for quite a while, so I'm pretty confident he'll like it. And like I said, we will be adding that ramp in like we talked about. We just really have to get it to work and actually sink, which is kind of surprising. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bowser's light's going off, so I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this cage, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.